Welcome aboard, all aboard, and have a great day. I hope today. My name's Kelly Jack. This is How Not to Game with Kelly Jack. Uh, Kelly Jack is the gaming persona for the Knife and Rex channel. Hope you enjoy the videos. If you are into these kind of videos, I am a slower player. I'm not here showing you know, those multi-million-dollar companies. I'm going through the tedious, figure it out. I don't know everything. That's a good thing to say. I don't know everything. I'm not a know-it-all, despite people saying I am. The only thing I know everything about is why my big toe finds a certain piece of furniture every time I walk by it in the dark. That's about the only thing I know everything about. It involves lack of glasses, it being dark, and me being half asleep until my toe detects the furniture. Anyway, on to the gaming. I'm looking right now at how we can get things going. Maybe gooder, get some other generations, some other money generated. And one of those ways is electricity. And there is a demand at all the coal mines. So our big coal mine right here, this guy, he's got a demand of 150 units. And that's a nice short run. Let's see how fast we can get things running. So first I want to see, can I do a regular line there? No. Can I do a regular line here? No. It makes me come all the way back to here. There. For some reason or another, oh, the slope. The slope. I forgot about our slope there. Get to here. I'm gonna have to do a power bridge. I didn't want to. There he is. And that looks like a more traditional power bridge in this game. Get this down here. Get him over to here. Grab that transformer station. Put it in. And now we can see, are we going to sell any electricity? Well, the power lines are there. It's going to cost me $273 more a month. But let's see if we generate any money on the electricity. Oh, well, it helps to have a transformer at each end, doesn't it? Okay, now we will hopefully generate more. Checking this guy because that electric symbol that was on the old ones isn't there. We now have to see, are we getting any of the electricity demand met? So the boost that we're receiving, not yet, not yet, not yet. But that'll show up down the road. We'll check on him later. See if that's going to generate us any money or not. I'm hoping it does. I have had mixed luck with electrical transmissions in this game. Oh, we did make money. How much? $4.79. Like, that's going to make a dent in this, but there's 34. Oh, now we're starting to get some juicage run. I think we may see a steady grow, and let's see if this becomes a profitable piece for us. We're going to talk about some of the other things here. Again, like I showed you, you can break out, even in this Pak128, or if you haven't watched my other videos on Simutrans, you can break out the various transport styles. So like the power lines are their own. Other is generally your, with a 40 cost, I'm going to have to go through and try to figure out what's building up those. But I think these here are stations and signals. So that would be part of that. The tram network, of course, you know, it's going to be losing money until I get some trams out there. $246 a month, and I've got another 10 months until I can deploy a tram. So that's another $2,400 down the drain. 25, but worth it in a sense. Despite my deep in the hole status, despite being on loan, we are running the free play, which allows us to treat this as if we are not going to take and face Chapter 7. If I'm going to face Chapter 7 liquidation bankruptcy, we'll turn free play off and watch how fast I go under. If we determine I can't make it, that's what we'll do. Anyhow, looking over here now, I'm kind of peeking around, seeing what is doing good, what isn't. But you can look at your trucks for just your road vehicles. All road vehicles go under truck. Train, which would be your standard trains. Down the road, I can't remember where the monorail breaks out. I think it does. Tram, of course, we already just discussed. That's going to be your trolleys, your trams, subways, the little trains. I'm trying to keep track and see if my monthly figure, we're getting there, is going to be a profit. Does not look like we'll make profits. The good news is what we have this month won't be billed until next month. So I'll make a profit this month, but next month I may not. But this also came in during the middle of the month. I don't know how much I'm going to do, so it may be worthwhile to hit the fast forward for a moment. I don't generally do this just except for to find out things like that. There we go. Now, monthly, 340 versus, yeah, it's going to be a tight cut. It may or it may not make profit. Let it race forward, see how fast I can get into November, and take a peek at that then. Right now, I'm not too worried about building my system much. It's going to be a slow go. A little bit more, a couple more days. There we go. And we're just going to go over the line. Look at that. For most months, we will make a small profit on power lines with that first run. Now, as we add more power lines, it's going to go down because we're still generating only the amount based on the coal we get in. So until I get like a continuous stream of coal going into that power plant where there's multiple trains unloading at any given moment, or at any given moment there's at least a train unloading, it's going to take some time. Right now, I'm just happy to have one segment of my system, the power lines, making me money. Because the trams are losing until I get a tram out in July of 03. And my trains are not doing well either. I have a road network that's useless until, as we found out, 19 what? To get a road vehicle. 1904. And even then, it's still bus not until 1919. This is going to be no fun. Absolutely no fun at all. I miss having stages to start the passenger runs. And the mail runs. I mean, it's tough to do mail when you don't have anything. I think that's one thing that Simutrans Pak128 still survives by, is there are guys like me who don't mind going back to those early days when you got to do things by horse and buggy, even before the rails. I do disagree with some of their time points for things. But I do like that I can still buy obsolete vehicles well after. Just can't make money at them. Looking things over, it's looking pretty good. Just delivered some more coal, which generated some more electricity. So the reason I don't mind powering the coal plant back is electricity. The coal plant produces more coal, which produces more trains over, which gets me money, which then generates more electricity for me to make a little more money on, hopefully. Yeah, it's this closed vicious loop to the coal mines. So with these being so close together, it's working out. If they were further apart, I'd be a little bit more worried. Another spot that I can take and go to rather quickly here does appear to be to get it over to the glass mill, but I'm not certain how much they use, and that's a good question. What's their demand? Only 144 versus that. Potential demand here is 150. But still, that's a lot of units of electricity. I could sell some more electricity over there, maybe. We'll have to see. One thing that they missed out on, and I really think that they should have thought about, was having to have a transformer at one or more spots on a electrified line, because that's part of the system, and that you had to tie it in somewhere to the system for an electrified line to get to a power plant. That would have been more fun. And if you devs are out there are listening, please remember to take the state. Guys, blame Callie Jack for this one. All right. Looking over here at Ipswich, there's really, until we get road vehicles, buses, no need to take the service at Ipswich. It's just too small. And I don't think I can afford to take and put that train in every town. Another town that I am looking at is Oxford, which is where we're eventually going to take that stuff for the dairy. And I do need to start laying in the lines to preserve space for the dairy. Hi. You gonna let me take and put stuff in or not? Oh, there's a sloping issue, is there? Yes, there is. Okay. Let's just smooth him out. There we go. Get me 2 tracks into the dairy. I'm not worried about depth of track initially. I am going to pull out fast. And then another track set kind of at an angle. I'm going to do a building in between, and there's a reason. I want to have a single station down here. And we'll see what we can build at Oxford down the line for a road and a rail network. I am thinking that pagoda up there and the Oasis are both looking. It's like this is the Oasis, 100 passenger down the road at some point, and the pagoda is a 30 passenger. So I could put a station here and then go over to tying into Telford. Matter of fact, it could be an even sharper turn, it looks like. Yeah. We may have some good issues coming up. And again, I'm Callie Jack. This here is how not to game And sitting on your thumbs sometimes, not going forward, is how not to game, according to many people. All right, let's go ahead and this is my constraint. The big red negative numbers. We are $356,000 or crawlers, as I call them, in the hole. That's a lot of donuts in the hole, people. And it's not looking good towards profitability anytime soon. Let's take a peek at this. Well, stabilized out. I'm not seeing as many deep dips down into the 4,000s as I was earlier, and there was a couple more earlier than that. We'll have to see how this is going to work out. To determine just how deep in the hole we're going to go. Looking at our years, again, we're on track for about the 35 to 45,000. It's a deep dive into the negative. We're not making money yet. We're going to get there though. So I'm trying to go in kind of cautious in my building. And that's why, guys. Now if I come up here, you know what? We're going to do this a different way. The reason I'm doing this a different way is these guys are all coming from up this way. But also, I kind of want to have the station be separated. And that's going to be for my express line down the road. And I'll kind of tell myself that. Not that I'll remember. So, seeing as I know I'm not going to remember, hey, what do we have that will let us remember things? There we go. Tell myself what I'm doing. Maybe I'll remember. Then again, maybe not. Who knows? It's me. That is one of the side effects of being Cali Jack. Doing my first tie together siding. Ooh, tough crowd. Right now I'm just trying to get the trains over so that they are in the ballpark of each other. There we go. Take out that excess point. And then this is where the split occurs. Passenger service, which is what I'm going to take and run first, comes straight in. wonder, does it let me tie the two together? Yes, it does. Nice. Nice. Okay. Now the only question is, will it allow me to run trains on that slower track? Or do I need to have its own separate line? Well, first, let's get ourselves our own separate siding, because we do know that we need our own little platform for this. And oops, I did grab a 64 passenger platform. And then go to the other end of the line. We're going to do that with that. And that doesn't make any sense, what I just did. We're going to do a temporary shoe fly connection here. Until I get my cargo set up right. What's going to happen eventually is the cargo will go over and this guy will come this way. Because this here is going to be the passenger runs. We'll do a I'll figure out a way to do a bridge over and then bring them down. But we've got to start moving the glass bottles over here to the dairy soon, and that's going to require some doing. All right, I'm Callie Jack. This has been How Not to Game. And as you can see by the chaos that I'm laying down, this is indeed How Not to Game. I'm doing a lot of thinking that's not right, probably, and definitely not the way a lot of people build their systems. But I'm exploring the game and seeing what the limits of each vehicle type are going to be as I go along. Have a better day than I'm having. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Do answer comments on the 10 episodes, multiple of 10 episodes, for each playlist or session, as I call them. Catch you next time.